An all-new Eye on the Bay in HD starts right now.
It's been 800 long, dusty, and wonderful road trip miles from our starting point in San Francisco. And what are we up to now?
By the end of the day, I'll be playing croquet with a much-celebrated Bay Area broadcaster. And that's him.
And climatologically, I'll take you from the desert to Alaska in 10 minutes.
And I'll take you to a farm where there are no animals or crops. It's a hair-raising experience as day 4 of our desert road trip continues.
We're your Gotta Get Away for the Day guide, your Let's Try a New Place to Eat guide, even your Hey, It Really Happened Here guide. We're the tour guide with you in mind. Eye on the Bay.
This is the life. We are here in Palm Springs. Finally made it here to this great upscale place. I am so ready. After the trailer park we were in, it was interesting, but you know, for a girl, there's nothing quite like spending a night in a place with a communal bath with 6 dudes on the road. Highlight of my life.
You loved it, didn't she? She loved it. What a great adventure this has been so far. We wrapped up last night's show with our music pals and the soundtrack to our Joshua Tree show, Graham Rabbit. Thank you, guys. And now here we are.
And today what we're going to be doing is exploring Palm Springs, some of the typical sites, but some unusual things like looking at a farm.
A farm powered by wind. We'll also get an amazing view and an amazing spa treatment.
Well, you two, sit back, relax. I'm going to go with a guy you will both know for a one-of-a-kind tour of Palm Springs. The man we're about to meet, a much celebrated CBS 5 broadcaster, now lives in one of Palm Springs' more desirable neighborhoods where many of the rich and famous live, and he worked at CBS. He's behind this door. We're about to reveal. Let me just say this, he's traded in his suit and tie for Tommy Bahamas and shorts, and it is Hank Plant.
Hello, Liam.
Hank, great to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you, too. Come on in. Classic Palm Springs contemporary house. Lots of glass, high ceilings, modern art. That's my partner, Roger, one of his paintings. He's a very accomplished painter and a graphic artist.
And al fresco, the indoor sort of outdoor life is very much what it's about here, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about indoor, outdoor.
For 25 years as CBS 5's political reporter, Hank asked leaders the tough questions.
Look, you know the criticism that you have been dodging, not just the press, but also the public, that you have been sulking after dropping out of the governor's race, that you're having a temper tantrum. What do you want to say about all that?
I want to say that I've been working my tail off.
Smell an Emmy or two in here, Hank.
Gee, do they smell? Yeah. Some of the stories did. This is my office, and I spend a lot of time here, and I want you to really see my wall of fame. I have 5 U.S. presidents up here, and they're signed, but I have to say that Obama probably is the one that means the most to me because he's the man. He's currently in power. That means a lot to me. Good to see you.
It's great to see you, Hank.
Now Hank is taking it nice and easy in Palm Springs.
My life here is all about the art of lying low and the gift of letting go.
So Hank, this is downtown Palm Springs.
This is downtown. It's the heart of our little village here. Some really wonderful restaurants and shops, and always popular with tourists. Has been since the 1930s, when Hollywood kind of put us on the map.
Those Hollywood stars were the likes of Frank Sinatra, Bob Hope, Lucille Ball. They had strict movie contracts that denied them to venture more than 2 hours away from Tinseltown. Palm Springs instantly became their nearby playground.
So this is one of our most famous former residents here on the right. This is Casa de Liberace, and he lived in this house for many, many years, and he actually died in this house.
Wow.
Yep. It was recently sold, and it's being renovated right now. So this is Streisand and James Brolin. So on the left you see the main house, and then on the right you see the guest house built in the same style, and they have a wonderful city view because they're up on that hillside.
Yeah, beautifully perched right there.
I think so. All right, the next house is probably the most famous house in this neighborhood. Are you ready?
Any clues?
That's all right, Mama.
Love me tender.
Love me tender.
At the end of this unassuming cul-de-sac, a mid-century modern classic house where Elvis and his bride Priscilla honeymooned in 1962. A plaque on the front lawn is a reminder of the Palm Springs vacation the King once enjoyed. There is more to come on this magical tour of Palm Springs. Join me with Hank as we explore the home of a music legend. Another one later in the show.
Let's take it nice and easy.
And while Liam has been hanging out with Hank Plant, we thought we would take a look at this area from a totally different angle.
Yeah, we're heading up Chino Canyon toward Mount San Jacinto and a guaranteed way to escape the desert heat.
The Palm Springs Aerial Tramway.
The reason they did this is because they thought the whole idea was literally cool. I mean, you'd be down at the bottom
Cooler
of Palm
up at the
Springs.
top.
Exactly. And because we're rising in elevation 5,800 feet in just 10 minutes, well, if it's 5.5 degrees per 1,000 feet cooler up there, we're going up 5,873 feet. What's the difference in temperature?
I can't do my math that fast, but today, on this day, it's 35 degrees at the top, winds 50 miles per hour. So,
God!
bring your warm weather jackets.
This whole idea was the brainchild of an electrical engineer, Francis Crocker. In 1935, he's down in Palm Springs, sweltering in the middle of summer, looking up towards San Jacinto Peak. And he thought, God, wouldn't it be great to get out of the heat and up in the cool in just a few minutes? And that's when the idea for the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway was born. But it wasn't realized until September of 1963. It took him 2 years to actually build the tramway, and it operates to this day. And finally we arrive at the top, which is 5,870 feet higher than where we began 10.5 minutes ago.
And many, many degrees cooler.
32 degrees cooler up here than it was just 10 minutes away. You know, they say this is like going from Arizona to Alaska in 10 minutes.
And they're right. Thank you for your snuggly jacket. I'll just stay close.
Come on, darling. Just to orient you, we came from Joshua Tree, which is just over those hills in the distance, and drove all the way to Palm Springs, which is laid down below you today. When we come back,
It's an amazing sight, and when the wind kicks up, it's like a huge dust bowl out here.
we get blown away at a wind farm.
And swept away with awe as we tour Sinatra's Palm Springs abode. And later, we'll head backstage to meet a troupe of 55-year-old plus entertainers. Stay with us.
Staying alive.
Welcome back to Eye on the Bay and our desert road trip. Earlier in the broadcast, we discovered a Sinatra CD in our grab bag. Now we know why it was packed.
Let's take it nice and easy.
Let's pick up our Palm Springs tour with our friend and former CBS 5 anchor and reporter, Hank Plant.
To fall in love.
All right, so this house is called Twin Palms because of the Twin Palms, and this was Frank Sinatra's first house here in the desert, and you know, he loved it here.
Yeah.
He absolutely loved it
This
here.
was his home away from home, right?
It really was. He had this, then he had another house in Rancho Mirage and his place in Beverly Hills, but he was nuts about it here. This was built in 1947 and designed by the modernist architect E. Stewart Williams, and this is Palm Springs.
And you know, I'm just noticing his pool, a lovely pool, is shaped like a piano.
It is indeed.
Yeah, so custom made for Frank.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my word, the room where I'm assuming Frank partied.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He lived here with Ava Gardner. They were married. And imagine all the people he would have had over at the time. All the people who just lived in the neighborhood. Bing Crosby lived over here. Bob Hope lived over here, you know.
All right, Frank's bathroom in his master's suite.
Yeah.
You have a story, right?
This is original. It hasn't been touched. But look here. You know, he and Ava Gardner had a very tumultuous relationship in this house. He supposedly threw a bottle at her, and here's the crack in the sink that blast made.
Look at that. Remains today.
Yeah.
And the great thing about this house also, you can rent it. People can stay here, right?
Yeah.
If you want it, $2,600 a night?
Yeah, it's actually, this house is owned by some people in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And they do rent it out. It's $2,600 a night. And they have a lot of events here.
$2,600. Come on, that's chump change, right?
It is, yeah.
And our final stop here, Hank.
Well, this is a wonderful hangout. This is the Parker Hotel. Very popular with Hollywood and very popular with locals like me. I love it here.
Oh!
Good shot, huh?
My word.
I know.
Our final stop, Hank, is right here at the Parker Hotel.
Isn't it great?
This is a one-of-a-kind spot.
It really is, yeah. This is the old Gene Autry Hotel. Then it became Merv Griffin's Hotel. A lot of young Hollywood comes here today. It's the Parker. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Ultra cool.
This is the order of the day here at the Parker Hotel.
All right.
There's a little game of croquet. And if I get this through, we'll then go and have a cocktail.
Oh, good.
Oh!
That was good.
So close.
That was very good.
Give me 5.
Very good.
This has been one very cool tour from the Hollywood stars of yesterday, Sinatra's Casa, where you can stay, and now we're Hollywood's hip hang here at the Parker. Thanks, Hank Plant. So I'd like to raise a glass to you.
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, Hank.
My virgin pina colada. to your health.
Ditto, ditto.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Hank Plant, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, my friend.
All right, Liam and Hank are having fun, but you'll notice one thing about them. Their hair looks perfect.
And look at ours. It looks terrible.
And you know why? Because we're standing in one of the biggest natural wind tunnels in the entire state. And what do you do with one of the biggest natural wind tunnels in the state?
You build that. There are more than 3,000 windmills out here generating enough power for the entire Coachella Valley and Palm Springs.
Yeah, it puts out about 600 megawatts of power, and that's equivalent to about half the output of a nuclear power plant.
The San Gorgonio Pass gets wind 300 days a year. The winds usually blow west to east in the morning and reverse themselves in the afternoon. That's why half of the windmills face east and the other half face west.
It's an amazing sight, and when the wind kicks up, it's like a huge dust bowl out here, and I think I need to hang on to you before I blow away.
No, that's fine with me.
Still to come, some of these ladies once had their names in lights.
I started my dancing career in the early 50s as a Radio City Music Hall rockette.
Now they've retired to Palm Springs, except they really haven't retired. Meet the ladies of the Palm Springs Follies.
Yes!
Welcome back to Eye on the Bay. It's our desert road trip. We're now in Palm Springs, of course, and, well, it was obvious for me to be given this assignment. I'm at Follies. In its 20th year, it is a show that celebrates the music of the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and it has a cast that's old enough to have lived it.
We got music. We're the Follies. Who can ask for anything more?
Singing, dancing, comedy. The Palm Springs Follies is entertaining enough, and then you hear the cast members announce their age.
I'm Jill, and I'm 67.
I'm 74.
I'm 75.
You've got to be 55 or older to star in the Follies, and they're proving you can be spry in your silver years. And while others their age are golfing or watching television or taking a nap, these thespians are kicking their heels. Everyone on stage has stories to tell about their colorful careers.
I was voted Best Lounge Act in Las Vegas, where I played for 30 years.
I've performed with such greats as Louis Armstrong, Gordon McRae, and Bobby Darin.
I started my dancing career in the early 50s as a Radio City Music Hall rockette.
But before you make some wisecrack about age, they'll beat you to it.
So many new faces. Same people, just a lot of new faces.
And they don't give these seasoned stars a soft schedule either. They power through 9 shows every week,
They truly are amazing. In fact, I confirmed when I went backstage to chat with the ladies. Hello. Looking lovely, gorgeous, splendid, super. My word.
Oh.
Aren't you just gorgeous?
Well, thank you. You are too.
20 years of Follies, and you've been here for 19 of them?
19 years.
Girls, can you give me a little Saturday Night Fever, all of you?
Staying alive, staying alive.
And obviously, these ladies have so much energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this show, obviously, I mean, you've got to be in incredibly good shape for,
You have
for
to,
this,
and you
right?
can't do it without energy,
Yeah.
or we won't hire you without energy.
What makes Follies a great show? Of course, people lined up around the block to get in here every day, but for you, what is this show all about?
For me, it's dress up, it's dancing, it's the audience, it's happiness, it's life.
Eye on the Bay, Follies in Palm Springs. The show must go on.
Still to come, we pamper our road-fatigued selves, Palm Springs style. It's our last night of comfort before we arrive in one of the most unusually quirky regions of our state. Stay with us.
Being pampered and enjoying the good life here in Palm Springs as our desert road trip continues. Here at this awesome spa, right, Twee?
Yeah, the Aqua Serena Spa here at the Hyatt Grand Champions in Palm Springs. We so need this. This is part of our week-long desert road trip. We've been to Death Valley. Are you okay there? We've been to Hicksville, Joshua Tree, kind of roughing it, and now we get to relax before we go somewhere really wacky
Little foot
tomorrow.
massage and, madam, little deeper, little harder. Brian's, good Lord.
Hyatt Grand Champions Resort Villas and Spa. Really long name, but we have a lot to offer. If you come here, you can relax. Get out of the car, get out of the traffic, chill in the pool, enjoy the spa, the restaurant, whatever you want to do, it's great. And we've remodeled an awful lot of the property very recently. There's a lot of new things to offer if an individual hasn't been back to the Hyatt in a long time.
What are we doing standing here? We should go enjoy some of it. Come on, Alan. And check that out, those beautiful bottles of tequila. This is not just any tequila. This is tequila you can only find here at your Agave Sunset Bar at the hotel.
Agave Sunset Herradura handmade tequila, just ours.
Handmade.
Every barrel is different. We went to Mexico, to the Herradura region of tequila, and we selected our own barrel, hand flamed, so the flavor of this is completely unique.
And to that, let's have a toast and have a sip.
I agree.
I'm petite. I'm only going to take
Cheers.
a little sip. Cheers. That's smooth.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's good.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah. One of the best things here at the Hyatt Grand Champion is the food, and the man who makes it all happen right here, Chris Mitchum, the executive chef. This looks gorgeous. What are we looking at?
Thank you. 2 dishes here. That's a bunch of stuff from our organic farm. Down the road here, it's 2 different kinds of beets, wild arugula, white truffle, oil vinaigrette. And it's got a little sauteed bitter greens from the farm again, a little polenta cake made with milk, polenta, fresh herbs, mascarpone. It always makes it nice and creamy.
Nice.
Little hibiscus glazed salmon. That we actually reduce the hibiscus and thicken it, and then glaze it, and then just a simple pineapple salsa. Real fresh, real light. We want to let the flavor speak, so to speak.
He knows what he's doing.
Another great thing about the place, by the way, of course, is being able to unwind with good friends at the end of a long day, and that's going to wrap up the end of our long day in Palm Springs. What was the highlight?
Well, little piece of paradise here. We've had a magical time. Hank Plant, our former colleague,
Yeah.
he is enjoying the good life right here. Great to reconnect with Hank.
And I love seeing that wind farm. That was unexpected for me, and just it was so gusty today. It was just a huge dust bowl. It was neat.
Yeah, giving Liam a slap was pretty much the highlight of my
Hey, that's mine too.
That's pretty good.
Actually, I actually really enjoyed your massage.
I think that was the highlight of your day too.
It was. Can you finish it, please?
That's a totally different show.
Well, it's so nice to enjoy all this and these swanky surroundings, get a little dressed up, cleaned up, before we head off to something really weird.
We're going to go to one of the most mysterious places in California. I can almost guarantee you have never visited. But we're going to be heading to a mysterious, eerie, weird part of the state in the final day of our show. In the meantime, if you want more information about what we've done so far, log on to our website, cbssf.com/eye-in-the-bay.
Or be our friend on Facebook. And we wanted to say thanks to all our crew here.
Yeah, a great
You
crew.
guys did a great
The
job.
I-team right there.
And Branson behind the camera.
Me and my dudes. Good night.
Between the dudes. Good night.
We'll see you tomorrow in Palm
Cheers.
Springs. That's Eye in the Bay.
Tomorrow, just 50 minutes south of Palm Springs, you'll find a way of life hard to explain.
I have a feeling Alice in Wonderland would love this place.
Where the catch of the day can't be caught and shouldn't be eaten. Where the earth seems to be a bit angry.
I have a feeling this is really stupid to do.
Whoa! But the fine folks here love it.
What's the specialty here?
I don't know.
Join us as we venture to the Salton Sea. You're not going to want to miss this outing.
Promotional consideration provided by the Hyatt Grand Champions in Indian Wells and by City Rent-A-Car, San Francisco's answer to exotic and luxury car rentals.